Mojo magazine in 2000 voted it, they had this list, the 100 greatest songs of all time, and they listed number 8 of all time, songs of all time. Don was the great producer who, he said, "I Can't Make You Love Me." He said, that song is easily the best song ever written, period. Bridge Over Troubled Water might be close, but I'm not sure.
And you can, that Don is he smokes a lot of herb. He smokes an awful lot of herb. So,
and as an audience, before you came out, that song just got inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. But tell us, where did the idea for that song come? Where did it stem from?
I don't think Alan's here because.
Oh, where's Alan?
Alan's here? Are you there, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. There's Alan Shannon. I've never known if Alan was my baby brother or my oldest son. I don't know. I love him. He knows the story. Matthew, my son's here, and my daughter lives over in Charlotte, North Carolina, and with her husband Doug, and Matt's here with Jamie, his friend, and I've always told one of the kids love this thing that I've said to them, right, Matt? You remember you know what I'm going to say? Never let the truth get in the way of a good story, right? So I had this in my head where this inspiration for I Can't Make You Love Me came from. But in fact, Alan, it came from a guy writing an article in the paper who was down. Was he living down by the river?
Yeah.
And he just hit a hard luck, He just did down on his luck, and we the article. And he didn't say that exact phrase, did he, Alan? But it was something about not being able to make a woman love you. Is that how that went?
Yeah, you said you can't make a woman love you if she doesn't.
Yeah. So, see, and now that's the truth. Mine is just, that's the truth. Mine is just this thing that I seem to have fabricated in Mike Land, right? That has a bunch of funny jokes attached to it. But that's the truth. And we wrote that song. At the time, Skaggs was having big hits, Steve Buckingham, and I said, man, that's a Skaggs song. So Alan and I wrote that as an up-tempo bluegrass type country song for about 6 months. It laid around with 2 lines. We came up with that, I can't make you love me if you don't, you can't make your heart feel something it won't. I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something that it won't. Hey, and we thought that has the aroma of cashable checks to it. So we'll write that, but fortunately for Alan and I, we couldn't get any more than that. It's like Stravinsky said in composing that the frightened, scariest measure is the first one, because it's going to send you on a road. It's going to start you on a road, and you're going to go down that road, and at some point the only thing you can do is put the double bars and say that's the piece. So fortunately the song gods, which the song angels, were watching over Alan and I, and they weren't giving us any words. They were keeping us, it's like you head down a road, and Alan and I are like professional songwriters, so we're going down this road, and there's a flagman down there saying, there's nothing down here for you. Turn around and go back. And we fly by and go, oh, what was that? Who was that? Oh, just keep going down this road. Another flagman. Nothing here. Nothing here. So we'd put it away and we'd go off and work on something else. And then one day I'd taken Matt and Katie to school, and they were not morning children. And I love the morning. so it was either go to school or spend the day with this idiot who happened to be our father. So they would go to school, but their presence would disarm me. And I came, and I loved Irish. Susie loves all things Ireland and Irish music, and so I was playing around with it, and it just, that music came out, and a couple words came out of the first verse, and I didn't even think of those 2 lines. It popped into my head. I thought, wow, I wonder if this is related to those 2 lines. And I thought, that might work. So I called Alan, and he came over, and then we just dug in. How long after that, Alan, did we finish it? Did we finish it that day? My memories, it took us a couple days, but it wasn't, we were gonna write a song, I Can Make You Love Me, and we're gonna sit down and write, and now it's done being written. It wasn't that at all. It was, the young writers out there, you know, that's, John Prine, I'm told, John Prine has scraps of things on little sheets of paper all over his house. I don't know John, but I've heard that's true.
Did you and Alan have Bonnie Raitt in mind for the song after it was completed, or?
I remember thinking that there were only 3 places that maybe we could go with this. It was Bonnie, because I had had a song on Bonnie's Nick of Time record, which was her breakout record song. It's called Too Soon to Tell. And I had had that on there, and so I thought Bonnie, Bette Midler, or Linda Ronstadt. I thought those were the 3 I thought. And since I knew Bonnie and had her address, that's where we went first. She didn't go crazy though. Susie came down, we lived in this other house, she came down the steps one day, and I had a phone line down in this dingy little basement. She peeked her head in and says, "You're gonna get a call, and don't screen it, answer it." And it was Bonnie. And she said, "You know, I got this song." She said, "I kinda like it, it's interesting. Do you mind if I have a hold?" And you know what a hold is, that means you're not gonna show it to anyone else. I said, "Oh, I guess," you know. And then she called back after living with it a couple of weeks and said, "Yeah, I'm definitely going to record that."
And Bruce Hornsby plays the piano part on her recording.
Fortunately, yeah.
Yeah, and can you talk about, wasn't there a little contention there?
The story got to me, yeah, that Bruce, they kept saying Bonnie, and Bruce would play it, and Bonnie would say, "No, listen to the demo again."
Which you did, which you
In my basement,
it was
yeah.
a vocal piano demo with it by you.
And Bruce was just this is the story I got from Don, that resistant, and Don, and it said, no, Bruce, listen to the demo. And finally he said, "Why don't you get him out here?" and left the studio. And then he cooled, I guess, thank God, cooler heads prevailed, and he came back and made it. It's essentially the line that we wrote, but he made it Bruce Hornsby. He made it his.
Well, I want to play an audio medley that my colleague Eddie Katz, Adele, the jazz singer Nancy Wilson, and Kenny Rogers. Let's listen to this.
Something that it won't, and here in the dark, and in these final hours, I will lay down my heart. I feel the power of you.
I will